So this is the WPL C64-1. Really nice rims from WPL. They're aluminum rims. They're not beadlock or anything, but I gotta tell you, I don't mind the WPL rims that are not beadlock. I find their tires are okay, especially the new tires they're coming out. These are the tires that were off. Oh, it's this one. It was on this one. These are the ones that came with it. These are some aftermarket wheels. They're bigger that I put on. So what I have to do, and then I also put some solder around there because somebody said that would add weight as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the solder off. I'm going to weigh it on my scale and see if it does anything because I'm not convinced it does. And then here I'm going to see, these might be a little too big. The tires, I mean. Yeah, let me check and see because I've stretched them out a bit, right? Putting them on those other, I could put a bit of glue because I do like these tires that come stock on this. You know what? I like it. I like the look. Yeah, I think all I've done is stretch them out a bit, but I can put a little bit of glue on there if I want it. I'm going to put some, might put some foams in just to give it a little more, make it a little more snug. But I think that is going to look fantastic on there. They've also got these are 20 something dollars Canadian, everyone. And they've also got black pairs. These will also fit anything with a 5mm hub on it. So I'm pretty happy because what I was going to do, if those didn't fit, I'd originally purchased these tires. These are DJ Crawler. They're 74mm by 27. Problem with these tires that I have anyways, I originally had them on here and I had used just a 1-inch Injora rim. Problem is this external foam. These tires are so squishy and thin that there's no support for the sidewall, and these things are crap. So I've got these that are a little thicker. They're not as big, but I'm wondering if I can get them on there. Maybe these will work a little better than these. I don't know. I got to figure something out. So I'm wondering if I can get this onto, which I know I can, onto this rim. If I get the proper foams, what these will look like. So I'm going to play with that, around with that for a bit. And that's it. And I'll turn this off so you guys don't have to sit here. And I bought this and I swore I wasn't going to paint it. And now the more I look at it, you know, you see some white vehicles come out and I don't know. Now WPL has actually put out, I think the ad says white is boring, and now they've got a red and a blue one in this. So thanks a lot, WPL. Now you make me want to paint it. So I originally, when I got this, I was going to paint it like a silvery gray. I might still do that because I think it'll look cool. All right, so I tried these. Not going to work. Just not, this is too big for it, and it makes the sidewalls all real funny. So, and they're kind of big for that anyway. But what I'm going to do is use these tires, which again, I like. They're soft, but because I stretched them out a bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a light foam in them, and gets in there. It doesn't. It just adds a bit of, just a little bit more stability for this when I put this rim on there. And I think over time the rubber's going to kind of slowly stretch back a bit. But before I go, what did I do here? Okay, so I'll show you a picture right now. I measured the solder. I weighed it, and it's 9 grams. So you know what? 9 grams on each wheel is better than nothing. So you got 36 grams on the bottom of the truck. These wheels are going on. I like the tires. I like that WPL has a distinctive look to their rims and tires. Always have, always will. You can look at something and say, ah, that's a WPL for sure. So now that I've convinced myself to paint the body, have you ever thought to yourself, it's a good idea to paint one of your RCs, and then you start taking it apart because it, looks like, oh, the body will just come off the chassis and I just have to take a few things off. So as you can see, the body used to be white. I took it and painted it like this copper color. Now it's the color I used that I've used on my C24, but I'm sure you can see on this one I've aged it a bit and put a bit of rust. I don't know how well you can see it there, right? So the top there, it is a little different, but I like the color. I had primer. I did primer gray, and I was going to leave the primer on it and then just do like a clear coat. I thought, no, you know what? I like this color a lot. So it's going to be this color. Okay, so let me put this all back together, and then we'll see what it looks like. So there it is, all back together. I'm not going to say there wasn't any swearing involved, trying to get all these little door handles and such back on, but I think the color looks great. I think the wheels look really good on it. I really like those WPL wheels they came out with. All right, and until I upgrade some links and so on, this is what it's going to be like. I got 2 people in there. I got my wife and I did versions of us. So, yeah, there it is. Pretty happy with how it came out. I got a few scuffs, trying to put some stuff back on and it slipped. So I'm going to touch those up. But I think the color looks great. There it is. Here, let's get a lower look at it. Here, there we go. Now it looks good.